Thanks for joining us. The city of St. Paul has cleared a patch of land where a group of homeless people have lived for the past 7 months.
The encampment sits in the shadows of the Cathedral of St. Paul. City and county officials say they can no longer let the tent city stand. They're concerned for the safety of the people living there. Reg Chapman has more on the move that forced some out with nowhere to go.
Movement inside the homeless encampment in St. Paul began shortly after sunrise. People who call this place home were packing up all they own, preparing to move.
St. Paul, in coordination with our other two agencies, with MnDOT and Ramsey County, have been out here servicing this community all summer. It's no longer tenable for us to do that here. It's no longer safe for them to be here.
City officials say several fires at the camp have put lives at risk, like this one 2 weeks ago that burned while our cameras were there.
We're also concerned with the proximity of this camp to I-35. There's been debris thrown over the fence, putting drivers in danger.
St. Paul police officers and MnDOT crews arrived shortly after 10 to clear the site.
Only talk, nothing.
Jorge has lived here for 7 months. He says he got no help, only a letter telling him it was time to go.
Nothing the help, only church. Help of somebody aquí, only church, God.
Others rushed to break down their tents and use garbage bags to collect their belongings.
This is all we have.
No, my cake.
And to kick us out of our homes that don't feel good.
Jolene was hoping to stay in her tent until she got the help she needs.
I'm waiting in a housing. See, this my sister, she pregnant. This is all we have. And you all are trying to take it away from us, and I don't like that.
Move them from a tent situation, which is unsafe, and get them into the process.
St. Paul hopes by making people move, they will apply for resources designed to keep them out of the cold. While they hope, Minneapolis homeless advocates are moving some to the larger Minneapolis encampment. We saw 2 people who we met in St. Paul setting up camp in Minneapolis. Homeless advocates expect more to make the move across the river.
We're committed to making room for as many people who are out here being displaced from this area to come into the Minneapolis-Hiawatha encampment.
Reg Chapman, WCCO 4 News.
The city of St. Paul opened up an overflow shelter that can house 64 people, but it was flooded with sewage this morning. Officials say it should be clean and available later this evening. The city says it will continue to work with people to connect them with the resources needed to stay out of the cold. Just 2 weeks ago, WCCO cameras took you inside the Minneapolis homeless camp to see the struggles people there are dealing with. Hennepin County recommends donating to county shelters where the homeless can already get help. It says bringing food or supplies to this site only creates more of a safety risk. Officials do not want to encourage people to stay at the camp when there is warm shelter and help available.